Hey guys, today in class we'll touch on the topic of least common multiple again. And after I told you a whole bunch of ways to find the least common multiple, I'll show you those cases when you don't have to break it down into factors, when you don't have to multiply, or when a situation arises where you can find the least common multiple in a different way. Although, in principle, this method can be used anywhere, but you will find not the least common multiple, but just a multiple. Therefore, if you are going to make use of this method, you will always be able to find a common multiple, but it is unlikely that it will be the least common multiple that you will encounter. So, in the event that I need to find the least common multiple of numbers 7, let's say, and 3, in this case, it is actually very easy to apply the method when you are only checking numbers. So what am I attempting to convey? Which of these numbers is the greatest? This is the bee's knees. However, 7 is not divisible by 3, so I have to multiply 7 by 2, and as a result I obtain the value of 14. But 14 also doesn't divide by 3, so I multiply 7 by 3 and then I get 21. So what did I do? I multiplied 7 by 3 and I got 21. So the least common multiple of 21 will be 21. So here's what I'm talking about. If you desire to locate a shared multiple, you have the complete ability to do so without any limitations. Let's simply write it down in this manner. If you want to find the common multiple of any numbers, let's assume A and B as an example. So basically the concept is to locate the multiple by performing a simple multiplication of these numbers. However, it is not guaranteed that this common multiple will be the least common multiple. Although this is also a solution, and when solving our additional problems, that is, when adding fractions and so on, you can find a common multiple in theory, but it is preferable to find the least common multiple. Why the least? Because in this instance, the numbers become as tiny as they can possibly be. That is the end. Now let's return to our example. What did I do? I multiplied 7 by 3 and got 21. I promise this is the LCM. The reason is that 7 is a number that is only divisible by 1 in itself, which is the defining characteristic of a prime number. In addition, a trio is also classified as a prime number. Consequently, I have reached this particular conclusion based on the information at hand. However, it is not always true to say that if one number is prime and the other number is not prime, they cannot be multiplied together. No, you can do this too, and in the end you'll get a total mess. But you always got to be on your toes and talk about whether it's the smallest or not. Let us consider another example of the upcoming plan. For instance, let us assume a value of 3.5 as an illustration. Why would I bother explaining when I know that 3 is also a prime number and 5 is also a prime number? And because it is simple, I'm able to multiply them together and obtain a total of 15. That is it. There is no need for any actions, multiples, enumeration, and so on, finding these multiples. So if you can immediately see that these are prime numbers, then the least common multiple will definitely be the product of these numbers. However, I was mentioning that it is not possible to multiply a prime number with a composite number. For example, let's consider the numbers 21 and 13. It is worth noting that 13 is also a prime number. This is also a prime number. However, 21 is not a prime number. However, the thing is, if I break down 21, it is 7 times 3, while 13 is just 13 times 1. So they have nothing in common, so I can confidently say that 13 multiplied by 21, this is the least common multiple. Let's multiply. 21 multiplied by 10 equals 210. The product of 3 multiplied by 21 will be 61. Subsequently, it is revealed that the final result is actually 273 after further computation. So you can also find the least common multiple in this way. But I want to emphasize again that if you are told in the task that this is the least common multiple, please double check. I can even provide you with an additional formula for determining two numbers. You can also utilize this formula, but it is still more advantageous to employ factoring or a similar method. If we need to find the least common multiple of two numbers, the LCM, then you can always multiply A by B to obtain the least common multiple.
And then proceed with dividing it by highest common factor.
And in this case, you will always obtain the least common multiple. You can verify this formula and you will still obtain the least common multiple regardless. Next class, we'll go over that topic, looking for the least common multiple together. That's it for today. Goodbye, until we meet again.